Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Zodiac Bandit, and today we're going to be going over the best Critical Role moments of 2025. There's only going to be 10 this time. I've done bigger ones in the past, but this was a different year for Critical Role. They were sort of in between campaigns, a lot of mini-series and stuff like that. So, in my opinion, there's less to really grab from compared to, like, you know, a full year's worth of campaign stuff like last year. But we do have some good stuff here, so there's only 10, and yeah. I don't think I have anything else to say other than spoilers if you haven't been watching Critical Role for the last year and suddenly you decide you're going to now. I don't know why you would be doing that, but spoiler warning, just in case. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Alright, if you're still here, it's your fault moving forward. And one last thing before we truly get started, as a friendly reminder, I give my explanations for each of these at the end of the video, so once the clips are all done, because some people like just seeing clips, and then some people like hearing explanations, so that's how I divide it up. The clips are first, then we get the explanation. So if you want the explanations, stick around to the end. If you don't, click off once the clips are done.
No.
Oh, that's going to finish its reaction. That brings us to Imogen.
Let's go.
Come on.
Let's go.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
I want to get up on my hands and knees. And as I start to rise up, I look down and I look at my hand and I see the ring that the Archer gave me.
It's time.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah.
The ring of remembrance. Yes. So, as an action, I can activate the arcane power within this band.
It's an Abubakar special.
If I roll, I'm gonna roll a d20, and if I roll above my current hit points, then I cast Meteor Swarm.
Whoa! Are you serious?
But if I cast below it, I'm fucking dead.
Like,
What?
dead?
I take 20 d6 fire and 20 d6 bludgeoning against myself.
Oh my.
Can I just say
How many hit points do you have left?
how in love with you I am?
I have 3 hit points.
Okay, so you have to roll a 4 or higher.
I have to roll a 4 or a higher, and if I don't, I'm dead.
Now you
Higher
should
than
I gotta roll
consider the
What's it say?
dice.
equal or
Higher, it says?
lower than my current hit points. I die.
Okay, so
Guidance.
4 or higher.
4 or higher.
Make sure you pick this die carefully, because if it kills you, people are going to want to buy that someday.
Charity auction. $20,000.
Oh
I love
God.
how dark y'all are.
Honey, I can't.
Oh boy.
Everybody put a hand on.
You know what?
Put a hand on Imogen.
very-
Yeah, put a hand on Imogen.
Well, that's a weird.
12!
Come on, come on.
You're out of.
All right, so those are 40-foot radius spheres.
We're all dead. Oh wait.
No.
Well, no, because
So,
she can place them where she
Where do you want
wants
to
them.
place them? This is the center of it, and it covers
Yes, yes.
this
yes.
radius. And you, and you get to drop
4 of them.
4 of them.
Well, you can kill all the hands too.
I can kill all the hands.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna drop one here
Wide circle.
that gets the head in this hand.
And
So
that
it's
hand.
surrounding us like an arena.
All of them can only be hit once. It's not like you can do multiple damage
Okay,
to
so
multiple
I'll hit
ones. So
this
all of
one,
them.
this one, there, and there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One off, right?
Way to
Okay.
go,
This is
Bailey.
a one-off. This is a
Yeah.
9th level
Way to go.
Okay.
meteor swarm.
So roll 4d6 for me, please.
40?
40.
It's 20d6 fire damage and 20d6 bludgeoning damage.
Can I
Damn!
use a sorcery point
Empower that shit.
to transmute it?
Thunder?
Read the meta magic for me.
Spend a sorcery point to change the damage type to from one to another. I can, as my
Of a
page
spell you
reloads.
cast?
Of a spell I cast. Hold on, it reloaded on me like it's want
That
to
makes
do.
sense to me.
I can
Technically, you're
change.
casting it through the item.
I can change fire to thunder. I can't change bludgeoning, but I can change fire to thunder.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me check one thing.
Holy.
That's a whole ball game.
When I cast a
That's-
spell,
Yeah.
That's a whole ball game.
Like,
this says
Roll the
I
dice.
immediately cast Meteor Swarm spell. So this ring says that I cast it.
Let me see.
It's a whole ball game anyway,
I know, but
but it's a fucking baller.
Clock it, 'cause then-
There was
I mean, there's a reason. You
That
got
was
to
the
be
get her
low.
up with 1
It
point.
was-
That was
that's
it.
why,
Was the
yeah.
get her up with 1 point.
Plus, you can't
It
even-
is technically a spell you're casting through the ring, so you
But-
can transmute the fire.
Yes.
All right, so
Yes,
so
yes,
so
yes,
roll
yes, yes,
20.
yes.
So we'll separate this. Roll 20d6 for bludgeoning.
Okay. Okay.
Can we get an ad read for these dice rolls?
Guys, you can buy the dice that she's using for this roll
Can you?
at
12.
Laura's Etsy site.
Okay. This is.
A green one.
Have you ever been happier with that fistful of dice?
Which is
I mean, wait, 12,
Never.
13, 14.
For dice collection, all these years has been working up to
something?
this
Yeah,
moment.
you gotta all got
15.
some.
Do you need some?
Wait,
Roll them all at
Never
once.
heard of
that's what I'm gonna do.
She might only want to roll her own.
16.
I have some, but she might want to roll her own.
Man,
Oh,
she
here,
rolled a
20. I've got
40.
20. No, I got 20.
20's good. You got to do it.
Okay. Okay, wait, where's the sixes?
Take your time.
They're all one.
I've never heard of
That's-
40d6.
18.
Wait, what was...
Shh, don't say numbers. 18,
rolled
28,
keyless key?
38,
Oh, that was just fault.
38,
It was like
Lots of d6.
48,
6 or something.
Yeah, that's all.
58, 60, 65, 70,
Seems good.
74,
Okay,
like a good
74
roll.
74 for the first.
74 bludgeoning. Now roll that again for the thunder damage.
Can't even hold them all.
And then it's for each.
What am I going to do with all these dice?
Oh my god. Oh god.
There's
Okay,
one that's cocked right there.
that's a 6.
That's very
Again,
cocky.
hold on. 5. Okay. Hold on. I'm adding up my sixes. So that's 18, 24, 30, 40, 50.
It's starting to look rough.
You still have to
50.
make dex save for half damage.
56.
It's got to do a deck save for a comet.
56.
They're
60.
They are two
has-
different things.
That's true.
the
One's made
astral.
of. One's made of.
And the night.
66.
Move over
70.
comets. Now there's something meatier.
73. 75.
Ain't got any more.
77. 80.
Oh my God.
It's 154.
All right. Well, first I'm going to see them make their saves.
Okay.
So for the hands, the far hand fails. That hand is absolutely obliterated. This hand. Well, here I'll put it this way. Describe to me how you conjure these meteors and what it looks like in the middle of this chamber as you look down at your hand.
As I look down at my hand, I think back to the vision that we watched of the Archheart calling down the meteor swarm to destroy Aor. And I'm gonna channel that. But there's no sky open above us. So this chamber starts to rumble. And my telekinetic abilities are going to start breaking down giant rocks from the ceiling and slamming them down.
As the rocks begin to dislodge from the top with incredible telekinetic force, you watch as purple lightning begins to completely swarm around the outside of them, forming them into small storm bombs, essentially.
Wind starts to swirl around me as I press my hands down into the ground. My hair flies up. White.
This hand is absolutely obliterated. This far hand over there succeeds with its save, which means it takes 38 points of bludgeoning damage and still 80 points of thunder damage, which obliterates it.
She is the storm,
This one here.
baby.
Yeah.
This one is destroyed.
Big money, big money.
That one,
Please.
the 7 plus 9 on dex is going to be 16.
22.
So that's going to be 74. 80 is doubled. So it's 160 plus 74, 234 points of damage. Imogen Timold, how do you want to do?
Oh my god.
In the back of your mind, you hear a distant voice kind of echo. Absolutely beautiful.
I'm gonna look up from where I am, which is right underneath it. I'm gonna make eye contact with Predathos. You're mine.
Energy begins to billow in its mouth. The dark beam begins to reform. All of you, your vision is clouded with complete and utter dust obfuscation. Shards of shale and rock and crystal pepper your bodies to the point where you have to curl into a ball to maintain any semblance of not losing your vision or eyes through the smattering of danger. Then the quiet. As the dust slowly begins to settle, and the broken, shattered glass head of Predathos itself is crumbled and motionless. What elements of its arms still remain themselves also back to the glass pillars that once marbled through this land, floating there, hair adrift, Rudis-born vessel, Imogen Timold. Quaking light. Imogen's voice is, join us, or join the annihilation that took your precious Tengar. Go ahead and make your persuasion roll. So the DC on this is a 30.
A 30!
Yeah.
Go, witch.
For every point below 30, a member of the Pantheon does not join in the ritual.
Oh, jeez.
Say it again. Say it again. For every number below 30.
For every point below 30, a member of the Pantheon will not partake in the ritual.
I love it.
Okay, well, hang on.
I love it.
Wait.
There's 12, right?
There's 12, so...
Prime.
I can't get below unless I roll one, which I can't because I'm right next to you.
There are 20 members of the Pantheon.
20. Okay, 12 primes.
A couple of them are bitches.
But
Some
it
are
could just
bitches.
be one. Like if you roll a 2 plus your 17,
Then there's 18. Yeah, so a lot of them would.
all but one
Yeah.
or two.
A couple. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see. No.
It's a 30. It's a 30.
Yeah,
not a
yeah,
20.
30.
Yeah.
So she's got to roll a 13 to get all of them.
Wait,
Yeah.
we should funnel our energy into you with a
Okay.
little let chaos rain.
Yeah, let chaos rain,
while you're
everybody.
doubling the dice.
Okay.
This is just
you
this is the
ready?
Pantheon.
And I'm going double
This is
time.
the.
Yeah.
This is a critical roll.
Are they both
They're
cocked?
both cocked.
Do it on the table.
Come on.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Whoa!
Shut up! Oh my god!
What was the other dice?
3!
Amazing. So wait, that's a 40.
No, that's a 47. No, a 37.
37.
Plus 3.
No, that's a 3. That doesn't add to it.
Quick, make up 7 more gods.
No.
Oh, but this was at advantage?
Advantage.
I thought you were doing like
37. 37.
Wow.
Oh my god!
That means we get 7 new members.
Most of us become gods. Who's staying back?
Can I get the 2 lost gods?
Yeah, the 2 lost gods are like, remember me?
I have goosebumps.
Don't know how that happened.
I'm glad we got it on video because otherwise no one would ever have known.
I got it.
I'm glad we
Got it all.
Holy shit.
That symphony of tones.
You want to watch it again right now?
Immediately reliving the moment.
The symphony of tones, an endless heavenly and demonic music that swirls amongst this council of ancient powers begins to crescendo in ways you don't understand until eventually the shadow of the matron fills your perception. Darkness consumes you, and the sense of warmth fades to cold on your cheeks. And then suddenly you blink and your eyes are back in Vasselheim. Everyone looks around you expectantly. Everyone looks up. The sound of a cracking glacier magnified 1,000,000 times echoes across the sky as it looks like the very air above cracks. Golden spidering breaks begin to carve out of nothing as you see the flicker of countless arcane, divine magical equations, a flash of the divine gate itself beginning to crumble. Everyone is still in this city and silent. It echoes off in all directions. The clouds are scattered off, and now the clear blue sky itself, an endless kaleidoscope, a kaleidoscope of crackling gold, before it all dissipates at once. And in that moment you hear rumbles. You hear the shifting of mountains. And everyone at once knows the gods again walk Exandria.
Angle of fallen stone going up to some gray, dim light.
And he holds his hand out for you to get on.
All right, I do this. Assuming this is a thing we do very frequently.
And is just going to lift and put you up to the hole.
I'm gonna go and just kind of peek out at first and see, like before, like fully climbing out, try to stealthily look around and see what I see as soon as I emerge from that hole.
It's hard to describe how you're supposed to feel when you're looking at things that aren't supposed to make sense. What do you do if you see a miracle? What do you do if you see the effects of one without seeing the thing itself? Your head pops up. The western wall of Rybad Cole is in tatters and ruins from some kind of concussive blast. You see the Steel Keep, which earlier you had served dinner in, is about 2 miles away on a mountainside, having been lifted up into the air and hurled through space. There is an area where the sort of top parapet where Asmog is, there is a shadow of him stretching about 3/4 of a mile out that looks like his shadow was permanently burned into the ground at an angle from something rising in the east, like something looked at him from the edge of the sky and incinerated him so beyond the measure of what mortals are capable of that the only thing left is his shadow singed into the ground. And at a far distant hillside, through the gaps in the western wall, you can see against a sort of landscape the familiar sort of coiffed hair and ears of Asmog, and two openings of wide eyes and an opening in silhouette of a wide mouth opened in horror, blackened against the landscape. The briars that towards the northeastern wall, the towers were torn down by briars. You see dead beasts like you've never seen before. There is a bear that when it had the ability to stand on its hind legs would have been about 30 feet tall, with several dozen arrows in its body. You can see armor hanging from its teeth. It lies dead on the ground. There are prehistoric animals here from some other dawn of time. You see the field of crows, ravens, different corvids eating the carrion here. Where the people of Rybad Cole are, you cannot say. You've spent a night down in the ruins underneath. You see the fallen walls. There are footprints in the dust and ash surging out from Rybad Cole, just where hundreds or thousands have fled.
Yeah.
There is no living soldier that you can see in this place. And the last thing you see is some 80 feet tall, thudded deep into a stony mountainside, is a single iron greave, which is the name for the shin protection of armor. So someone who's to the knee was taller than a fire giant is gone, and there is a crackle of electricity across the sky as you see a chunk of a god's armor thud diagonally into a mountainside and stand there under the ash-choked sky.
All right. I say...
Day where a family has asked for your help, there's an opening in the farm wall where they're asking for a gate to be built so they can get their livestock in and out without having to take them the long way around. I think you're building a gate into the side of the wall there. And you hear over by the thing, there's someone else from Vasselheim nearby who appears to be some sort of expositor going what's the name of this town? Sorry, we're trying, the maps are all higgledy-piggledy.
It's still Ben. It's always been Ben.
Still Ben. Thank you.
No, it's...
And you see a figure walking down the road. You know his face very well. You've carved it in the past. Liam, could you come on out?
Hold on. Bye. Hello, Gar. I don't understand. It's good to see you in the flesh once again. He stands up. Claps him on the side of the face and kind of gets real close, looking at his sunken, wrinkled eyes. I haven't the words.
Arrow looks very similar to the last time you saw him. He is wearing simple robes, and his scales are clean and shine.
I searched for you for quite some time. It took my whole entire mortal life
to remember who I was. And transparent golden wings flare out behind his back and vanish away. And now it's time for you to do the same, my brother.
Gotcha.
You feel his clawed golden hand rest on your cheek and turn you slowly back. I know it's a lot. Breathe it in. Oh. It's time, my friend.
You're right. It is.
Our wars and squabbling have hurt our children. It is not right. It is not just. It is time we entrust our children to be stewards of this world that you created.
I look forward to seeing what they can make. Now that we've given them a nudge. You know, there's something I liked about this. Maybe one day we'll try it again.
Let's not go just yet. Come with me. And your vision blurs, and you find yourself seated on top of a gargantuan, massive, golden dragon soaring through the skies of Exandria, crashing through a cloud and breaking out over a massive valley nestled next to Torm's Hill. Mountains and peaks ringing it in. The dragon banks to the side and dives into another cloud, and we shoot out over a volcano bubbling with lava on an island in the middle of a white-capped ocean. Then over tundra and ice and fallen ruins. Over a city with a smoldering crater boiling at its center. Islands moving in the sea, obscured by mists.
You ride on the platinum dragon's back, seeing a world shaped by your hand. How marvelous that those steps were laid in that snowy peak in Snowgrave Pass. How marvelous to remember where Torm, your child, your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandson, where did he hide that ale and beef? Those voices as you drifted off to sleep, telling you that they were grateful, telling you that they were scared, asking you to shape something for them so that they might have the tools to know that they were heroes. A valley for free folk, the mountains and peaks shaped by the loving hands of the Allhammer. What a world he made.
Rising in my gut, I'm severely tempted to dart my eyes around this open space looking for any hand to intervene, to see any result of all of the beseeching and deal-making I have been making behind the scenes for weeks. But I won't let my brother look at that if these are to be his final moments, so I hold his look, and for someone whose life has been all about words, I have none to give.
He looks at you smiling, shakes his head no. And at this distance, you can't hear him over the speech of the photarch of the Candescent Creed, this elderly matriarch speaking. But you see him mouthing the words to you in this moment of desperation. So many strings were pulled. Something's got to happen. This can't be. He looks at you and goes, mouthing, just so you can read his lips. What are you doing for lunch after this? What, you didn't plan a funeral? Don't you like me at all? If I don't see you for a long time, you're my hero. And his eyes dart up to the sky. I'd like you to make an insight check for me.
Natural 20.
In this moment, on a nat 20, you look and see his eyes, and I think your bardic magic swells, and you connect through him and can hear his voice. He looks up and you see reflected in his eyes, distant. You can't see it from where you are in the crowd looking up. All of the people of Dolmaki are gathered here in this place. Skyboxes filled with nobles looking out over balconies from the higher level near the shoulders of the mighty statues. You look and see, he sees something in the sky, and his face changes. There's panic. On a nat 20, the residue of Azune's message cantrip comes to you, and I will allow you to speak mentally to your brother in this moment on that nat 20 as he looks out and sees something and panics. He goes, no. He looks at you. You have to...
Tell me what to do.
Murray, you gotta help Murray. The Penteveral, you have to help her. There's paint waiting for you with Bolaire. I can't, you have to, you hear the voice from the dais say, have you any last words? The Azi Fang. He looks up, realizing that he can't speak telepathically to you while he's in this moment before they pull the lever. He looks out at you and goes, speaking to the crowd, the false authority that now condemns me to death will fall. I regret only that I will miss the glorious celebration when your calumny and destruction comes to an end. He looks to you and in his mind says, tell Thimble not to be scared. He looks out and says, I can still hear the falcons cry. The lever is pulled. In your mind, he says, tell her that the rope goes taut, snap. And what is to come after, we will discover in this first episode of Campaign 4 of Critical Role.
Looks down upon The well-adorned and well-remembered and well-beloved body of Thiazi, here in this warm hearth, surrounded by the chattering voices of his family and his friends and all those whose lives he's touched. I can hear the gentle, occasional sobs and stutters of my dear friend, Lady Arnessa, and just quietly look down upon him. The only shame is I couldn't watch you die twice. And then I walk away.
Belair.
There's something deep about Julian's shadow. Something a little bit thicker and more obscure about it. You have the ability to reach out to your divine sense if you so wish.
I would love to.
Julian, as you reach out, Julian's cursed. And as your divine sense reaches out, that curse is not the most troubling thing here. This garden, beyond Julian, is filled with hundreds and hundreds of specters of the restless dead just on the other side of the veil from the living world. Walking out on the steps to the garden, you see General Raymond looks out at you. Julian, I wanted to say that a hand from an invisible figure reaches forward as the invisibility is dropped, and a black-clad member of House Taconis reaches their hand up immaterially through the skin under his jaw, reaches inside his head, and pulls his skull out of his head immaterially. Letting go, it becomes corporeal again, and suddenly the upper half of his spinal cord and skull is out in front of the flesh of his head, and he dies instantly, collapsing to the ground. Upstairs, with a knock on the door, stone. Aranessa opens for the servant to bring the bedclothes. The door creaks and suddenly stops creaking as a silence spell fills the room. You see 6 black-clad figures wearing Taconis symbols. As their heads rise, you see the vacancy of 6 ghouls, full undead, gazing out at you. And in the midst, you see here your brother, Ethrend, casting a silence spell, holding in his hand a perfectly spherical black stone, wings surrounding it. He looks, speaking in silence. No sound travels, but his lips mouth the words, which is enough for the undead that he commands. Put him on the table, open him up, and we'll put the stone where it belongs. And that's all for this episode.
No. Actually, no.
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 That's all
Don't
for
turn
this
the camera off.
And that's all for this episode of Critical Role. We'll see you all next week.
No.
We'll see you all.
No, like, your dad's head is gone. What?
Whoa. And we'll see you all next week for another episode of Critical Role.
No. Stop. If you don't say it, we have to keep playing.
And I'm sorry for not saying it last week. Huge faux pas on my part. I won't forget this time because Matt's right here. Is it Thursday yet?
Best man,
Yeah, hi, hello, hi, I'm Bo. I'm also first mate and best man. Hell yeah, brother. You know, when Ford Stone first came into our lives, into my life, he was kind of a hot mess. He was an ass-backwards captain who didn't know port from starboard. He was a confused seaman who once got hustled into buying a ring of fire protection despite being able to control water. He was a timid orphan boy who was once bullied by a turtle.
It was a scary turtle.
But now all of that has changed. Ford, you are now setting sail on what will be the greatest adventure of your life. You are trading in your ring of fire for your sapphire. Thanks. You're no longer a boy who was once a bit of a pussy with a thing for eating balls. Now you're a man who will have a ball while eating pussy.
Oh my god!
But in all seriousness,
Essex spit takes.
it's great. You're gonna love it. But in all seriousness, Ford, oh Captain, my Captain, you have and always will be my fearless leader. And I hope that you know, no matter what, whether you need help on the high seas or building a high chair, I will always be there when you need your first mate. Ford and Jester, I love you both more than my cold, bitchy heart could ever express. Congratulations.
Slay, girl, slay.
Thimble, that's your turn. You are flying in the rain high above the ground, overlooking the castle walls with Casimir and a heavy crossbow staring you down. He looks at you and says, "What did you do to me? You talked me into this rebellion? You talked me into this life? Where was the glorious dawn? How long was I supposed to wait to hear a falcon's cry again?" If you don't actually know that a better day is coming, it's wrong to tell people to wait.
You never did have patience. I'm gonna fly at him and...
Go ahead and give me your attack.
17?
17 is a hit.
Okay.
Ooh, boy.
Okay. Okay, wait, what is that? That's only 3. 3 plus 5 is 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage, that's your first attack.
With the rapier, next attack at advantage. Okay, that's an 18. No, that's still 17.
17 is a hit.
Okay, so then I get sneak attack on that one. Oh, 21 points of damage.
Good lord.
With exactly 21 hit points. Laura Bailey, how do you want to do this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna. So I've gotten both sides of his neck with slashes, and I'm gonna come through on the third flight through, and get the middle, connecting the two, and cut him straight across the front of the neck, and look at him in front of the one good eye and say, "Can you hear it now?"
Hell fucking yes.
Yes.
Oh, man. Over several turns of combat, you slowly opened up this giant's neck, a 4-inch tall warrior. Certainly, over this many rounds of combat, to deliver this finishing blow, you have taught Casimir Gavendale the meaning of patience. As you pull his throat out, he collapses over the parapet. A grim banner, as his cloak unfurls, drapes over his head and soaks with his own life's blood, the first and final pennant of the Baron of Sloke.
He was no longer with
The Taconis, when they arrived at the castle...
The Taconis split their caravan, heading from the tavern. Half their number came here to Sloke.
Which way did they go?
North, Kingsway, towards Tiberi's Lee. I can try, if her business here in Sloke is concluded, you see she looks out, which I think it will be soon. You guys look out and see that one of the horses, the missing horse, is tied up outside, Gully's horse. Looking out the window, I think you see that long terrain. It's like farther away. You look out and see, with some like stolen clothes, essentially, Gully Breeches is just tearing across this like puddled landscape. As he is running, you see that Dame Morgaine looks out and says, "No, he's showing off. That's much too much of a head start." From the wood line, you see a mastiff.
Yeah, dude, yeah! Now he's showing off? Come on!
It turns around, and you see this mastiff through the air, honestly with form very similar to Cadigan's, hit this guy's back and just stand on him in the puddle. As he stands there, and you see, you hear a booming voice from that field as Gully is in the like several inches deep water say, "You doffed your armor. Let the world see as you feel its weight one last time." And you see pushes into his back, keeping him underwater.
Jesus.
He says,
Fuck that guy.
you see, he just stands on him in the water, and then turns around and lopes back after his work is done.
Good God.
Returning here.
Yes.
That master part is full.
You see, he walks in, his eyes dart over to you, and once again, the pixie from the tavern. You see Dame Morgaine says, "May I introduce Sir Hawkins, Hound of the King." Hawkins turns to all of you and says, "I understand there has been a change of fortune in the rainy fief of Sloke. Is it so?"
Oh shit, you're right. That is a talking dog.
Yeah, that's correct.
Hound I may be, sir, but I am a knight.
Good Sir Knight. That was badass.
Though it be a vulgar argot by which you speak, the meaning of your phrase I cannot help but take to heart. I feel enlivened by your praise, my lady.
When she complimented him, did his tail start to
Little tail wag. You see, he said. He looks around and says, "I understand this public house is without libation at the moment, but I would enjoy a little bit of slop if you have some." He sort of jumps up, puts his paws on a table, his tail wags a little bit, and he goes, "Travelers, tell me of your exploits, and I shall tell you mine. There is great adventure afoot here in the realm of Timony, and we must speak, I believe, sir, of your brother, and how to wrest him from the clutches of House Taconis." And that's all for this episode.
So good! Oh, man! So good! We're traveling.
So there you have it. The clips are now done, and it's time for us to move on into the explanation. So if you aren't here for this part, see you later. For the rest of you, you guys obviously saw, or hopefully you picked up on the fact that this was in chronological order. So we started with some Campaign 3 stuff, and we went all the way down to Campaign 4 throughout the year. So this is in like chronological order. So I guess I should start with the first one, which was Imogen kills Predathos. I fucking love this moment. This moment is so much fun for me because it's an entire campaign of build up towards the Imogen character, towards her powers, towards Ruidus, towards Predathos, and there is a big payoff in this moment because not only did we have some connection to her and the entire campaign, but then we got to see some other characters in the form of the EXU Downfall miniseries, or those episodes from Campaign 3, where we got to be like attached to certain characters like Abu's character, Salaha, or the Archheart, and it was really cool that he played a role in like the final thing here because he wanted to sort of run and leave everybody behind and not really worry about what happened to the gods. He just wanted to leave, and if Prodathos died, that's great. So for him to have a hand in it was really fun, because he was the one who was like, let's just get out of here. Let's just leave. Leave everybody else to get eaten. Let's go. So for him to sort of have this hand in it was really fun, and I really love that Matt gives like a little like laugh from him at the end. So it's really cool that Imogen not only got to use her like sorcerer's abilities, and they learned Prodathos' weakness throughout the fight of thunder damage, and for her to like use that against him, and then on top of it use something from the gods to kill Prodathos was really cool and really fun. And just the image of Imogen at the end floating there, having killed and then killed in air quotes, and then like absorbs his power, is just so badass, so cool. In the entire campaign, she was built like this. So for her to have that final moment where like, yes, she's the one who does it, is just really satisfying to me. And I just love everything surrounding this moment. Like the falling crystals instead of it being meteorites is really cool. The thunder damage and how she's able to like change it with her sorcery points. Just the innate ability that she had given to her from her connection to Prodathos is what killed Prodathos. And I love that shit so much. So then second, we have the most critical role to ever critically be rolled on Critical Role. This was awesome to me. I loved the whole buildup of, the entire campaign was, are we going to save the gods? Are we going to kill the gods? Or are we going to do something else with the gods? That was like the entire campaign. Like, how are we going to wrap up Exandria, right? And this moment really solidified it in like the best way possible, where Imogen had all the power. She had the power to kill them if she really chose to, and she had the power to sort of, force them to make a choice, which was awesome. So when Matt made the DC 30, and you get a little nervous in those moments. Yes, she had multipliers. That was like, I think at that point in time, she had like a multiplier or not a multiplier, a modifier of like +8 or something like that. So 30 is not impossible, but then the extra little thing of for everyone you don't get, like for everyone below 30, you lose a god. I was like, that's cool and that's badass. So she needed to roll high enough to keep all of the gods. And regardless of the modifiers, regardless of anything, rolling a natural 20 for your final roll, I don't think that was the final roll, but for like the biggest roll of any game that they've ever done, in my opinion, after 10 years of playing with the same group, 10 years in the same campaign setting, all of the characters throughout all the campaigns came together throughout this campaign, and all these gods who we'd build connections to in different ways. Sometimes the players are playing as them. Sometimes the players had connections to them in the game through characters like Vax, through characters like Ford, through characters like Caduceus, Jester. Jester was Traveler as a god, fuck it. But all of these characters had different connections to them, and we had seen different connections to them, and some of them were villains and all that sort of stuff. So for us to see this role, and for her to make that role, and it be no matter what, no matter her modifier, no matter what she rolled, no matter anything, natural 20. That was sick. The DC could have been 99, and a natural 20 trumps that. That is the most critical role ever, and I fucking love that shit. Next, we have Rybad Cole being destroyed, or the destruction or the aftermath of Rybad Cole, however you want to word it. I love this moment. This moment, to me, was the first time I felt like Brennan had, in my opinion, some people might disagree, but in my opinion, this was the first time Brennan had like truly painted a full, clear picture with his descriptions. Like, the image, I can see it right now thinking about it, how badass this looks, how cool it looks, just the idea of this like massive like leg being cut off just below the knee with a greave still on it, the fucking shadow left behind by that fucking asshole vampire that had been burned away by the sun. Like, it's just the image of this destroyed prison that was so claustrophobic, that was so depressing, that was so oppressive, putting people down, holding people prisoner here, and the image of like that being destroyed, even though there's like, gore and violence everywhere, it's an image that is painted with such hope. And I just fucking love that little bit, that it's while it is, like I said, gruesome and it's gross because people were murdered here and all this sort of stuff, even with hearing all of that stuff, like, it's still hopeful to see this prison that had held people for years and years and years finally destroyed as the gods came through and said, fuck that, we're freeing these people. Just so cool. And the build up to it with the mice going through, marking prisoners, making sure that these people were protected, and the other people who were here, the goblins and all the hobgoblins and shit, they were not protected and they got destroyed. It's just so sick to hear after all the bullshit that went on at Rybad Cole. And we didn't get to see most of the bullshit. We only got to see the tail end of it. But even what we had was like depressing, oppressive, and rough, claustrophobic, and terrible, and all that stuff. For it to eventually end up here is badass. And it's just such a well-painted picture that I hope gets animated at some point, because I think it deserves to be animated. Next we have Matt being the Allhammer. The reveal that he is the Allhammer and the reveal that Liam was the Platinum Dragon was so good. But what's even nicer about this is it's a love letter to Matthew Mercer for building this amazing world of Exandria, for giving us 10 years of excellent storytelling. And it's quite literal in the fact that he's like the Allhammer. He's the one who shaped the world. And Brennan saying like, you know, this is a beautiful world you created. He wasn't talking to the fucking Allhammer in that moment. He was looking at Matt. And he was saying it from Brennan to Matt, not from DM to Garin, not from DM to the Allhammer. It was straight to Matt. And it's such a beautiful moment. There's no moments of like happiness that truly like get me to like cry and tear up. This one did it. When I first watched this moment, I was in tears from like pure happiness. Nothing like, there was no sadness of like this campaign ending or anything, or this miniseries ending, like how I would, you know, tear up for the end of campaign 3 and campaign 2. But in this moment, I was like pure happiness, pure joy, seeing the love everyone else is giving back to the man who created Critical Role. I realistically, like, you have to give that credit to Matt for creating the world, creating all of the cool shit that's in it, and just giving him this moment was beautiful, and I appreciate it so much that he got to have this moment. I love that he's like realizing it in real time with us, like, oh shit, what the fuck's happening? And I love how Liam was a part of it and Brennan was a part of it, and like you can hear in the background sometimes that there's people like talking, like, you know, basically saying that he deserves what's happening for him, especially during the cooldown. When the cooldown happens for that episode, it is quite the tearjerker, and it's quite good. I love this moment. I love the love that everyone gives Matt. It's just a beautiful moment. So next we have Thiazi dying. Technically, this is two moments that I'm putting together as one because they happen so close together. It's Thiazi dying and Liam rolling the first roll of the campaign and it being a natural 20, which is badass to start a campaign off with a natural 20. It should have spelled like good luck for the rest of the campaign, but then of course the next like couple of sessions would be fucking horrendous roll after horrendous roll after horrendous roll. So it didn't. It just sapped all the luck right out of it. But what was really cool about this moment for me was the amount of character that we got from Thiazi. The amount of like, you know, the first thing we hear from him is like, what are you doing for lunch later? Like he mouths that to him. He's like, what are you doing for lunch later? That's a guy who is so confident he's going to be able to succeed even in this moment of like pure screwedness, if you will. I love the way that Brennan has displayed Thiazi through different characters, right? The way he like displayed him through Thimble as like some heroic figure who, you know, people should love. And then you have through Belair where this character is like some asshole who's going to manipulate you no matter what. And then we get to see what he actually is like in this moment. He's confident. He's, you know, sure of himself. I guess that's the same fucking thing, but he seems chill. You know what I mean? Like, he just seems like a really cool guy, unless you get on his bad side, I guess, for Belair. But just in this moment, we get so much character from him. He's confident. He knows that everything before this has always succeeded in some form or fashion. He's never been killed yet. He's survived up to this point. He knows in his mind, he's already on the other side of that wall with Casimir, with Sid, with Taisha and Octus, and they're leaving. That's what he's leaving in his mind. He's already gone. And then the moment where he realizes that's not happening anymore, and like Brennan does a fucking fantastic job of displaying like the fear in his eyes of like, oh shit, I'm fucked. I'm dead. I thought I was going to succeed, but I'm dead. I have to give my final message now, which is him saying, I can still hear the falcons cry, and then bam, the fucking rope goes taut. Just such a hard opening. They call it the cold open. Bullshit. That's the fucking hard open. That shit was so awesome. It was so well done. And it gave all the fears that I had of like Matt not being the DM faded away in that moment. And it was just chef's kiss. So next I have Julian spits on Thiazi. Again, talk about character moments. I love how we were all expecting Matt to come in and be some sort of really cool character who we all loved immediately, right? There was the himbo of fucking Dariax. There was the wise old man of Garin. And, you know, he's played a handful of other characters in the past. And we really wanted him to play like a character who we could all love and get behind. And we were expecting some sort of badass wizard because now we can finally show his like wizarding chops as a player instead of a DMPC. And then he's a human fighter rogue, badass multiclass. And he's an asshole, right? One of the first things we see from the character is that he's such an asshole to where he's like, I wish I could have seen you die twice. And then spits on a body. You immediately set yourself apart from the rest of the players who are at a funeral because they liked the dude who died. You're the guy who's here with his ex going, I hate you. I want to watch you die more. That's how you make a character automatically stand out from the rest of the cast who are like, you know, they're all like nice to each other and jovial, and they're like, while they're in mourning, they're all trying to be happy for each other. He's like, I'm fucking pissed I have to be in this house. Why does Ernesto care? Who gives a shit? He left. We beat him. We won. It's over. The Sundered Houses won. We destroyed this guy. We won. Why are we here? I love the way that Matt set this character up for such a fun story, because from this moment forward, like, he's been cursed. And it was this moment that literally cursed him. So for this story to play out in the way that I think it's going to play out, of him redeeming himself or him changing for the better, a positive change arc, this moment is going to be such a cool moment to look back on and be like, this was the start. Even though it was a moment of like pure hatred, this moment right here, Thiazi Fang changes everybody his life that, you know, he touches. Like, once he enters someone's life, he changes them, including Julian. And I can't wait for this moment to be that defining moment for the character. And I'm so excited for it. So next we have Julian's dad getting Mortal Kombat fatality'd. I don't think I have much to say about this one other than it's such a fucking sick way to end a session, right? It's just pure shock and awe, pure body horror, like gore and all that sort of stuff. Like, just imagine, like, you're watching your father getting their skull ripped out. Like, ugh. Just, and the pure shock on Matt's face is perfect. And I love how he didn't instantly react or try to do something or try to rush forward or something like that, like so many other people would. He's like, this is a moment that my DM is playing out for us, and I'm going to watch. And it was perfect that he did that. If he had, like, yelled out no and ran forward to try to stab the guy, like, we had to wait a week for that. And it was so nice for that to happen, that he ran forward. He did that as soon as it was available for him to do. He ran forward to go fight him, but he let the moment happen, which I just love seeing Matt as a player appreciate the DM as much as he does, because he would like that in return when he's DMing. You get what I'm saying? So the fact that this moment got to play out the way it did without an interruption was so good. So shocking, so evil, and instantly puts the Taconis family in a much darker light than the Halovar family. The Halovar family, who we've been like, these guys are sort of the main bad guys by the looks of things, and then the Taconis family are like, nah, bitch, we run this shit, and then rip people's skulls out. It's just so sick. And it again, as much as I was like, I don't think I need to talk much about this, this showed us the character of the Taconis family quite a lot. Such a badass moment. So for the next one in my notes, I've written it down as you're gonna have a ball eating pussy. Which is true. That's what she says. And I don't think I need to talk about this. The wedding episode, if I could, the wedding episode would just be this slot, because the wedding episode was so awesome. It gave me the vibe of Critical Role, which I feel like the core vibe of Critical Role, like the 8 core players, the DM, and then the 7 players, is sort of missing right now in Campaign 4 because of the way it's sort of broken up and how we're on different tables, which is okay. I like the difference. It's fun. But this really gave me that vibe of Campaign 2, Campaign 1, Campaign 3, right? The vibe that I fell in love with Critical Role for. that was in this moment, or in this entire wedding episode. So then on top of this moment, I fucking spit taked. I literally was taking a sip of my drink while watching it, and my poor TV was covered in Coke. It was so fucking funny. I was crying laughing at 2 a.m. watching that video. It was so fucking good. I love that clip. I've replayed that clip for myself like 400 times. And all of the speeches, by the way, are fucking fantastic. But Marisha killed it. It was so fucking good. And the fact that other people had to follow it, and Ashley, I didn't play Ashley's, but Ashley's follows it up so well with fornication. Oh wait, sorry. For an occasion. So good. I fucking love these people. They're amazing at making everybody laugh no matter what. And what was funnier about it was to laugh at people laughing, or laugh with people laughing. Liam laughed so hard at the fornication line, but everyone was in complete shock of Beau's speech, of Marisha's speech. It was so good. I loved the wedding. It was so much fun. So then we have Thimble killing Casimir. This was a moment that had been built up for the entirety of Campaign 4. Right up to that point. I believe it was episode 7 or 8 where they actually got to fight him and kill him. And it was, for those first couple of episodes, this was the build-up. This is what we were building towards. Of course, they would go after Sid, but this was like the true goal for the character of Thimble for a while. And for her to be the one to not only kill him, but to be able to kill him in such a way, like right after he basically spit all over what the Aussie spit all over what the Aussie stood for. The idea of like hope will come one day. And then Casimir's like, fuck you. It hasn't come yet. I'm too impatient. And then her being like, do you hear the falcons cry now? Just badass image. I love the image of her like giving him this massive cut across the neck and like connecting it together. It's just such a surreal moment. And not to mention, to connect it to the Aussie's death, he theoretically would die by his neck snapping, right? With the rope. The rope snaps around his neck as he drops and bang. So she cut his neck open. She cut Kaz's neck open because, targeting the neck, the same thing that would have killed the Aussie. I think that's quite poetic in how that was what she did to kill him. You did this to him. You killed him by getting his neck snapped. I'm going to kill you by slicing it open because it's going to take a little longer with me doing it this way. And I fucking love it. Thimble's so badass too, by the way. She's nasty in combat, like to the point where she's broken. To be real, she's broken, but it's so fun. It's just so fun to see. She soloed an entire dungeon. That's how badass she is. She basically won that combat in episode 10. Badass. And the final moment was Sir Hawkins showing off. I love the Hounds of the King so much. I love the mystery surrounding them of like what they were was really fun. But I love these characters. I'm a big sucker for dogs. I love me some dogs. Dogs are awesome. So when a bunch of them are as important as they are and as badass as they are, and be like, well, you've doffed your armor, let the weight of it crush you one more time. Like, oh, you're so badass. They're a bunch of good boys and good girls and just a bunch of good doggies. I love dogs. Basically, that's what I'm saying. This moment represents the Hounds of the King. And I will forever represent the Hounds of the King. I love dogs. Dogs. I don't think I can say dogs anymore, but I'm going to say dogs because dogs are awesome. Simple as that. Dogs. And Hawkins is just a cool character. I just love how serious he is. And the image of this dog being like all about honor and all about respect and like following Augustus. Just so good. I love these characters. They're so much fun. So there you have it. The best moments of Critical Role 2025, in my opinion. I know some people are probably going to disagree. I didn't have either the Australian live shows. I didn't have the Oaths and Ash live show. I didn't have the live show where people voted for who played what. I didn't have anything from Age of Umbra, even though I was going to. I was originally going to do 15, but I changed it to doing 10 just because time, because this would have been a long video regardless. But this is shortening quite considerably for me and for you. But I was going to have basically like just a clip show of Adelia because that was my favorite part of Age of Umbra. And then I didn't have any Wild Mount Wildlings moments. It's a different type of campaign, the Wild Mount Wildlings. So I don't feel like it quite matches up to the rest, but it wasn't supposed to. So that's why it's not here. I do enjoy Wild Mount Wildlings and I did enjoy Age of Umbra, but I just don't feel like they level up to like Campaign 3 the wedding live shows, Divergence. Divergence was so good. It's just 2025 was a weird year for Critical Role, but it was a good one. It was the 10 year. We had 2 campaigns take place in it, like 3 or 4 different miniseries. Fucking not Legend of Vox Monkey. Now what the fuck am I talking about? The Mighty 9 animated series came out, and it's fucking glorious. This was a good year. Critical Role had a good year this year, and I did too. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for being a part of the year that is 2024 on this channel, or 2025 on this channel. Sometimes I really gotta slow down. But anyway, I'm keeping that in because it's funny. But thank you for being a part of this channel this year and hopefully in the future. And until, well, I think this comes out on a Tuesday. So until next Friday with whatever video I make next. Peace. And here at the end of the video, I'm going to thank my channel members. Right now, we have 1 member this month, and that is in the Rogue category with Trent Lee's Tabletop. Thank you for supporting the channel, and if you would like to support the channel, you can become a member today. Also, this is the month to do it, as I plan on putting a bunch of videos out early in preparation for the holidays. So if you want some early videos, you can become a member, or if you don't, you can just wait for them to come out naturally on Tuesdays and Fridays. But if you become a member now, you can get some early videos.